Right folks, good morning, a warm welcome back to my channel and back to another episode where I'm trying to give you something a little bit different to the previous videos that I've produced. Today is Sunday the 16th, I believe. It might be the 17th, something like that. Anyway, 16th or 17th of July. It's quite early in the morning, 20 to 9 in the morning, and I'm just on the M1 about to come off at junction 41 to attend at West Yorkshire Police headquarters to do a Bikesafe course. Now the Bikesafe course is something that I've wanted to do for many years but never had the courage to do it. I've always felt intimidated by it a little bit, even with some of the training that I've had in the past. So I'm about half a mile, 3/4 of a mile, so it's literally just off this roundabout. So anyway, yeah, the Bikesafe course, obviously it's there to promote road safety and awareness amongst motorcyclists. It's a very valuable course, or invaluable course to do. It is conducted by many police forces, not all of them, but the majority of them, I believe. And West Yorkshire Police, I was lucky enough to get myself on a course as a result of going to the NEC, the bike show, last October or November, whenever it was. So yeah, so if you fancy seeing a little bit about the Bikesafe, what it involves, etc., then please keep watching and let me know what you think about it all at the end of the video. Is it in here? I believe it is. Yes, it is. So I'm going to try and do a little bit of commentary during the actual assessed ride. This morning is predominantly classroom based. Bit of theory from some e-learning that we've had to do. Good morning. I'm here for some Bikesafe course.
Below this barrier.
Yep.
Below the barrier, go down to that little roundabout just behind the van.
He...
Left to the gates. You'll see another cop down there. They'll let you in through those gates, and you just put your bike under that canopy there.
So just where somebody's waiting down there on the canopy. Terrific. Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you. Right, I didn't think we'd be allowed down here. This isn't for the general public. Yep. Just here. Yep. Right, here we go. Let's see what this involves. Right, we're getting ready to go. So this morning we've had about 3 hours of classroom tuition, just a bit of input on various aspects: cornering, filtering, overtaking, hazard awareness. I'll put a list on screen of all the modules that we've covered, and then this afternoon we are going to put those into practice. The only two elements that we're not going to be putting into practice is group riding and something else which I've forgotten at the moment. So yeah, so we're just about to go. There's two of us in our group with one bike rider, so let's see what happens. So yeah, I'm going to, we're following the bike rider out, the police bike rider out, and once we get, yep. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, we're following this chap whose nickname is Bam Bam, following Bam Bam out onto the exit from Cargate, up to the roundabout at the top of the M1. And then we're going to come back on ourselves, back towards Wakefield. Oh, it's a bit naughty. And then I'm going to take lead and hopefully try and do a bit of narration, a bit of running commentary. So I've set my rear camera up as well, so hopefully that will continue to record. I've asked to go first specifically so that I can get some footage on it. So they don't use any comms on this. We're literally just being guided by indicators from Bam Bam. Sounds silly saying Bam Bam. Okay, we've got blue going, and then we can get out here. So traffic lights turning to red, so I'm just going to ease off here. And I know I'm coming back on myself here, which is what they call, I believe, reciprocal. Just going to roll it in, quick check, and we're away. So yeah, no nerves yet. Just easing off here. Checking mirrors, we're all good, off we go. So this is the A650 towards Wakefield. Lights changing to red. Checking, and we're off. Alright, let the good times roll. So we're basically, oh, another red light. Just been unfortunate here with these. So we're taking a left here. So we're in a 40 limit. So one bike behind me, which is Marek. So just approaching the Nationals here, but we've got queuing traffic, albeit quite slight up ahead, but I'm just going to bring the speed up slightly. So Bam Bam was just saying he'll see us through to this first roundabout, then I believe he's going to wave me past. So just slowing down, checking my mirrors, using my brakes and gears just to slow down ever so slightly, down into third, checking near side, one vehicle there. Roundabout's clear, check in. So wave through here, we're in a national, so we can get up to 60. So I'm just going to move over slightly here. So although this is a 70 limit and I'm only doing 60, I'm happy with that. So we've got a roundabout coming up, so I'm just going to ease off ever so slightly. checking my mirrors. And then the speed limit here drops down to 40, so we're good. We can go straight on, dropping down. Just going to keep my distance here from this car in a 40 limit. I've got a filter lane to the left. I don't want to get bogged in here, so just watching. We're good, and we're checking, and we're away, and I believe we're taking the A161 here, so we've gone down to 30. Just going to ease off. Nice slow speed. Bit of debris on the road there, but nothing too much. And they said earlier that we were going towards Pinderfields, so we are going up there. We can go. We're good to go here. Checking left. So in a 30 limit, just wait for them to catch up. So we're not going to be turning left or right here because both are a dead end. So we're going to go straight on. So we've got vehicle just braking slightly ahead. I'm going to position myself here, looking out for where that guy is going. We're good there. Checking left, moving out. Still in a 30 limit. Holding position 2 on the road. So we've got some cyclists up ahead, but they're in their own dedicated cycle lane, I believe, so I'm not too fussed about that. Got a vehicle waiting to pull out on the offside. That's not going to impact on me. Checking if any directions, can't see any. So we've got 2 lanes here, right hand lane, left hand lane, easing off slightly. What's white doing? White's good. Checking, and we're good. Checking mirrors. And where are we going now? Straight on, I believe. I can't see any indication, so just easing off here. Checking. And round. Maintaining position 2. So coming up to a roundabout here. 28 miles an hour. He did say he was going to avoid the motorways. Yep. So we're going this way, following the road round. Holding position 3-ish. And back into position 2 because we've got oncoming vehicles. I'm not doing very well on the commentary here. This is quite difficult to do. So I'm just going to move in slightly in towards position 1, just open up this gap, but mindful of all the crap in the gutter. Coming through, watching for that, coming out slightly, and then back in again. Nobody on the crossing, nobody waiting to cross. Still doing 30 and a 4, still doing 30 in 4th gear. They said still doing 30 and a 40. So he's seen me, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with position 2 at this point. No further indication from Bam Bam behind me, so I'm going to continue on. Going to move slightly over into position 1, but being mindful of the gates and the entrances to people's drives. So we've got an entrance there, so again just mindful of that. I can see it's clear. Okay, so slightly busier up ahead. We've got a parked car to the near side. We've got a cyclist coming down the middle of the road. He's turned off, so that's not a problem. Can't see anybody in this car. Got a junction there to the left, but we've also got a central area here. So I'm just going to move out slightly, check in, moving, and moving back in again slightly. So we've got a van that's just pulled out across my path, but he's way ahead. He's not going to impact on me, and he's turned off. And again, we've got a pedestrian crossing here. There's nobody on it. So there's no issues there. I can see we're going straight on. And we've got a zebra crossing here, but again there's nobody near it or on it, so it's not an issue there. So I'm just going to come out ever so slightly here. Okay, so we're coming up to a major junction by the looks of it. I'm good to go here. I'm still okay here, that I'm happy with. Still in the 30 limit. Feels like I'm crawling. So dual carriageway ahead. Still a 30 limit initially, but then immediately comes into a 40 limit. So quick shoulder check, left and right. And we're going to get up to 40 limit, but then we've also got red traffic lights up ahead, so we're just going to ease off slightly here and just back off ever so slightly. It may well be that it's appropriate just to move out, so I'm going to do so. Get up to 40, I'm just going to check, move in. And I still can't see any signal, so I'm going to assume we're going straight on. Got heavy goods vehicles there, no sign of any indication. We're good to go here. Check in, check in. Crossing the motorway. Indicating left, checking down the inside. So we're still in a 40 limit here. Just watching out for this heavy. He's got his brake lights on, so obviously his engine's running. So we're in a 40 limit here. It might well have been that that little stretch there was national, which I missed because the sign was covered up. But we're in a 40 limit here. I'm going to maintain position 2. We've got oncoming vehicles, and we've got exits on the left from various establishments. So we've got a slight right-hander here. Can't see any entrances on the left, so I'm going to move over onto position 1. There is a slight exit there. I'm just going to move back out now just to see him. And then I'm going to check and move back into position 1, and then we're coming into a slight gradual left, so I'm just going to check, move out slightly into position 2, and then as the road opens up here slightly, I'm going to move out into position 3 and then back into position 2 and just ease off. So we've got options, as they call them, left and right. Nobody on the zebra. And just going to ease off here, and we're turning the left here. So just going to ease off slightly, indicating left. Blue's coming, but it's miles away. We're good to go, and we're out. We're in a 40. There's a cyclist there, but it's not going to impact on me. And we're coming right here, so moving out here. I'm happy in this position here at this moment, so I'm just going to ease off slightly, watching my mirrors and easing off. We've got Blue coming round, see where he's going, so we're good. Indicators are on. And we're round, and we're now into a 30 limit. So just easing off, mirrors checked, indicator cancelled. This is quite nerve-wracking, but it's going alright, I think. And as I said, it's not an assessment, it's just an opportunity to learn from it. So we've got oncoming vehicles here, we've got a garage, can't see anybody waiting to come out. No indication from Bam Bam, so it looks like I'm going straight on. Pedestrians, another garage, no indication, nobody at the crossing. Just got a little bit of slowing moving vehicles here. Cruise on down, nice and steady. Going to hold position 2. Just gives me an opportunity to see deeper into junctions left and right. We've got a vehicle there waiting to pull out. Has he seen me? Potentially has. I'm just going to move out and give myself a bit more space. Okay, and I'm going to move back into position 2 slightly. So we've got parked vehicles on the left hand side, but they're in a little lay-by. I'm going to hold position 2 here on this side of the carriageway. There's no further signalling here. Vehicle there turning right across my path, so I'm going to move here. No heavy goods vehicles or high vehicles coming towards me, so that's not an issue. Still in a 30 limit, still doing 30-ish, 31. Don't think I'll get criticised for that. Road, bit of a building site there. So what's this cyclist doing? He's going up on the curb. We're good. Going to hold position 1, just watching for these pedestrians, easing off slightly, and holding position 2 here. So we've got a jogger to the near side, and we've got a bridge and a few other things. So I'm going to hold in position 1 here as I come over the bridge, just in case there's anything. And then we've got a vehicle there waiting to come out, so I'm just going to move out slightly. Still in a 30 limit, but we're coming into nationals, so I'm aware of that. Checking my mirrors, checking shoulder check, and we're up to 60-ish. So I'm going to hold here position sort of 2.5 to 3. Bus stop to the offside. Couple of options, and we've got a reduction in speed, so I'm just going to drop it down a tad here. Checking my mirrors, we're good to go there. and just move back into position 2. Some pedestrians on the near side. We've got a bus shelter, can't see anybody in it, but there's people walking towards it. No further indication from Bam Bam. So we've got a bit of residential area, we've got a car wash on the offside, we've got a parked vehicle to the near side. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take it down a gear, I'm going to do a quick shoulder check, and I'm going to move out slightly to this position, check my mirror, near side shoulder check again, and just move back in. And the same scenario here, check, quick shoulder check, move out into position 3 just for these vehicles, nobody on the crossing, checking my mirrors, checking left and moving back over. Holding position 2, maintaining my speed. So we've got a speed deviation up ahead from 30 to 40. So whilst we're doing that, I am just going to quickly do a quick shoulder check, and I'm going to increase ever so slightly up to 40. Coming out, it's telling me to ride slowly or drive slowly, so that's good. I'm happy to do that. So we've got a car up ahead that's going to overtake a cyclist potentially. Junction to the near side, it's nice and clear, I can see deep into it, there's nobody approaching it. So we've got another speed variation here, national speed limit. So I'm checking my mirrors, quick shoulder check, and then we're going to get away and we're going to get up to speed. Now we've got bins out here, but it's a Sunday, so it's unlikely there'll be any refuse collection, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. So I'm just going to ease off here because we can't see over the brow of the hill, checking my mirrors. Once it's opened up a bit, again, now I can see, so now I'm going to wind it on again. And again, we've got road opening up here, so we've got some information signs up ahead, and we've got a roundabout. So I'm just going to roll off ever so slightly, checking my mirrors, and just slightly reducing the speed. Going to keep into about position 2 here, looking for any signal from Bam Bam, can't see any. So then we're dropping down into 40. Slight application of the brake, looking left and right, nothing there on the near side, no further indication, so we're going straight on. We can assume, seeing what black car's doing, looks like it's coming round, it is. And now we're on the A642 towards Garforth. I missed the speed limit sign there, but I can cheat because I've got my sat nav, and we're in a 40 limit. So I'm holding position 2. We've got a bus up ahead, so we can anticipate that that's where we're going to stop at a bus stop at some point ahead, and people might be either getting off or getting on. Coming out into the country. Pedestrian to the near side. No indication that they're looking to cross the road. Going to move over to the near side slightly. Still in a 40 limit. Looking for some signature from Bam Bam, can't see any. I'm happy here. Gives me a good buffer. So we've got the bus that's potentially stopping up ahead. Checking my mirrors. Just going to brake ever so slightly and start easing off. Pedestrians getting off the bus, just easing off nice and steady. Checking, and we're moving away. So blue looks like he's turning right, so I'm just going to hold back here, which he has done. Checking, and we can get back up to 40. Checking left and right. So we've got a vehicle there coming towards me, so I'm going to move over into position 1 just while he comes through, and then I'm going to check and move over back into position 2. Mindful of the bus. Again, we can anticipate realistically that it's going to stop very shortly. so I don't want to get boxed in behind it. Speed limit's dropping down to 30, and we've also come to some red ATS. No indication from Bam Bam. Bus looks like it's turning right, so I'm just going to ease off here and just crawl in nice and steady. Is the bus going? Yes it is. Quick shoulder check, we're good to go. Straight on, providing that the bus allows us to do so. Check. So I'm just holding it in gear here, not an issue. Quick shoulder check, left, right, lights are on green, we're good to go. Straight on, checking left. Left and right, pedestrians on the left, no issues there. Some more up ahead, motorcyclists coming towards us. So now we're dropping down. Oh, that's the 20 limit, that's down there. Is that 20 limit? So I'm still good here. So we've got a cyclist up ahead. So I'm going to drop my speed down here. I'm just going to ease off, checking the mirrors. Okay, so it's only a young cyclist. We've got a vehicle also waiting to pull out on the left. We don't overtake anything on the checkers. See what this cyclist is going to do. We're going straight on by the looks of it, so I'm just going to watch my speed here by this cyclist. Nice and steady, there's no issues. They're going for it. So they've gone onto the footpath. Quick mirror check, and I can get up to speed here. So that's a bit of restraint there. So we've got black waiting to come out. I'm just going to move over here just to give him a bit of better view of me. Thank you. And then shoulder check, move back into position 2. So we're coming up to a left hand bend. I'm happy in position 2 here. We're in a 30 limit. Maintaining position 2, and the main reason why I'm maintaining this position, be it right or wrong, is mostly just for a defensive position. So I'm just quickly checking here. Let's see what Silver's doing. Silver's going straight around. Checking. So we've got a heavy coming towards us here. I'm fine in this position here. Nobody on the traffic island in the middle of the road. And we've got to change the speed here, coming up to 40. So I'm just going to breach it up to 40 slightly, but also aware that we've got a junction up ahead. And where are we going? Are we going straight on? Potentially we are. So I'm just going to ease off, checking my mirrors. Bit of brake. Where are we at? We're good. We're still good. And we're filtering left. Quick shoulder check. Out. Still into a 40 limit here, so I can get up slightly. Still in a 40 limit. We're going to hold position 2. So we've got a right hand bend up ahead. Information. So I'm going to drop it down into 4th gear, which is a better gear for me. I'm going to hold it in position 1. I'm going to come round, but I'm mindful of that as well, obviously. And then we can start to sort of regain position 2. and then I'm just going to move out slightly to position 3 just to open up this corner. But again, I need to be aware that I need to alter or sacrifice positioning for safety should I need to do so. So I'm going to move over here, coming over into position 1 slightly, and then back out into position 2. So it's still only in a 40 limit, which is a shame because it's a nice road as this. So we've got a junction obviously to the left, and the 1217 straight ahead. Holding position 2 here, check in, we're good. So we're just going under a bypass here, a flyover. I'm going to move in ever so slightly just to position 1, just slightly, just to open up this corner. I can see through it now. Quick shoulder check, and we're going to move back into position 2. I'm going to hold this position, and then now as I'm coming around I'm going to do a quick shoulder check, and I'm going to move out to position 3, and we're going to open up that corner. That's good. And then I'm going to do a quick shoulder check, slow my speed down because we got a bit fast there, and then move back over into position 1, watching out for that junction on the left obviously. Now we've got a 20 mile an hour speed limit here. Is that something that he's going to enforce? I'm not sure. Technically, is it a lawfully erected sign? Who knows? Anyway, who knows? That's something to debate, isn't it? I'll play it safe, I'll do 30. So anyway, we're coming into a 30 sign here. So still aware there's no road markings on the road here because obviously this has just been recently chipped. So we're doing 30, but then that says 20. Who knows? That's something to ask, isn't it? So I'm going to check in my mirror. We've got a vehicle here offside, near side waiting to pull out. No signal, so we're going straight on. So I'm just going to move out into position 3ish slightly, just to open up that corner, which we are doing, and then we're going to go back down into position 1 just to see around this bend, being mindful of that driveway obviously to my near side. Okay, so we're in the national. Quick shoulder check, and we're going to come out. So although it's national speed limit, you've still got to take into consideration obviously, is it appropriate to do national speed limit? I think here we've got reasonable visibility, we can see up ahead. I'm going to come out here to position 3 just to open up this corner and open up this gap that's approaching on my left hand side. You can see that. I'm going to move now just back into position 2, quick shoulder checks. And then, right, so we're losing sight of the road slightly here, so I'm going to move over onto position 1. We've got some debris in the road in the form of a dead animal, so I'm going to maintain this corner. Corner's going round. I've drifted in slightly, which I shouldn't have done. Didn't do that very well at all. So a quick shoulder check, moving out to position 3, looking through the bend. Going to move into position 2 slightly here, and then again moving out to position no, I was going to move out to position 3, but I'm not going to do. I'm going to maintain position 2, easing off. Corner's moving away from me, so I can power it on here. Quick shoulder check, or mirror check rather. So up to national speed limit virtually here, looking into the junction on my offside. oncoming vehicle. I'm going to maintain position 2 just so it gives me the happy medium between oncoming vehicles and people's driveways. Now I've passed that driveway, I'm going to check my mirror, move over slightly, but I'm also mindful of this bit here. Okay, just drop my speed down ever so slightly, check my mirror, we're good, we've opened up, going to move out, and just going to keep position 3 here, keep this corner going, keep it flowing nicely. Going to sacrifice positioning for safety, move over, and I'm going to maintain position 2 just while I come through this bend. Okay, so we've got a series of bends here. Check in into position 3, but always ready to move into position 2. Oncoming biker. Quick mirror check. Move over to position 1. Open up the bend, which is done. Quick mirror check. Move out. And then staying here. So we've got stationary vehicles now. Checking the mirrors. Slowing it down slightly. We've got a pedestrian that's out of the vehicle. I'm moving out here just to the centre of the road. That's fine. Quick mirror check and back in, and we're good. Coming out here just to open up this view, and then I'm just going to move over near side. Information, position, speed, gear, accelerator, mirror check, move out, open up the corner, check my mirrors, move back in. We're coming into a town. It's telling me that I'm going to have to be giving Wayne 100 yards, so I'm going to be easing off here and coming down, checking, and we're turning left, 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 checking my mirrors, in first gear. We've included a biker here. Should have done a shoulder check there, but I didn't. That's my mistake, especially as I'd left a big enough gap to get a car through. But that's what this is all about, isn't it? Make mistakes. Just wait for Marek to catch up with us. So we're coming into National, indicating left, left, left. Right, so that's the end of my ride. So Marek's leading now, so I shall come back to you again when it's my turn.